What is up, guys, and welcome to the first ever Jam Bowling podcast. I am Matt.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Jude, the Chop It Out Man.
Yes, and we're going to actually get to that sooner or later. Kind of like explain to you why we call him Chop It Out Man, call him Skev. We just basically wanted to get on here and create a platform that we could explain to you who we are and what we do outside of the bowling world. You guys have been watching our videos. You guys have been showing us a lot of love, so we wanted to give something back to you guys and show you kind of who we are as people outside of the bowling alley.
We definitely appreciate the love. We look at the Instagram every day. We watch, the guys that you follow us. We watch all your bowling videos. We definitely try and comment on everything. Sometimes it's a little hard with time, but we watch everything. We try and watch you guys to perfect our bowling, because some of you guys are really good.
Yeah, 100%. So, we just wanted to come on here just so you can kind of understand our jokes, kind of things that we talk about. Maybe we could, if you guys watch this, you watch our videos, you can kind of understand that, or we could take kind of our inside jokes from our videos, bring it on here, kind of just let you into jam. So, to start, we wanted to kind of just do a formal introduction about who we are. I could start. My name is Matt, as most of you guys know. If this is your first time watching our videos or our podcast, I'm Matt. I'm 20 years old. Some interesting facts about me. I feel like I'm going to get to that. I feel like I'll get to that sooner or later, a little bit later. Currently, I am going to school. I am going to be a teacher in my profession. Anthony?
So, my name's Anthony, 20, team captain of Jam.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah. I go to school, taking up business administration right now, and I'll get to some interesting facts about myself later on in the video.
I am, I'm the Chop It Out Man, Jude.
Can't miss him.
Yeah.
I am 20 years old. I'm going to school to be a hospitality manager, hotel technology, we're going to get into interesting facts a little later, but I don't know if you guys want to start. We can start by how you started bowling.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we could kind of go from the beginning if you really want to. How we met.
First, how we met, and then how we got into bowling.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in high school, we all
It's a very interesting story.
Yeah, we all met there.
Yeah.
We played baseball together. Surprisingly, these three bowlers who bowl every week and 2 times a week actually.
We started off with baseball.
Started off with baseball.
I met Matt through one of my coaches. That coach was St. Mary's, and our high school was St. Mary's.
Our high school, we went to St. Mary's. Yeah.
He came to play baseball for the school, and I was playing, so I played summer baseball with him. And then he came to the school, and that's how we became friends. Skevy, also known as Anthony, me and him went to we went to high school 4 years together. What did we do, 3 years?
We did 3,
Matt came in sophomore year.
Yeah, we did 3 years. Our sophomore year, Anthony, Jude, and I, we all played baseball on that St. Mary's team.
Yeah.
Team manager.
Yeah, I was bench player of the year.
Of course,
that season.
Yeah.
And I believe Matt started off sophomore year bowling, and I think Jude was on break.
I did freshman year, and then I didn't do sophomore and junior, and I came back senior year to bowl.
Yeah.
And then I started junior year on the school team, and then started from there.
Yeah, so I mean, we're all 20, so I mean, I guess from that time, we're including the COVID 2020 year, and a little bit of 2021. I know both Anthony and I. You know what? I'm gonna keep calling you Skev. Before we get on to that, why don't we explain why they call you Skev?
So pretty much call me Skev because my last name is Andrew Skevich. And so they pretty much took my last name, made it a little bit shorter, gave me the nickname Skevy.
Yep, so that's why we call him Skev. So if we call him Skev, or if we say Skev, that's who we're talking about. We're talking about Anthony. So yeah, to continue that, so we have been bowling for a good, I don't know, what, sophomore year, so
Yeah, I
5
mean,
years.
together on a league we've been bowling for 2 years.
Yeah, together on a league we've been bowling for 2 years. I believe it's been like 6 years, 7 years total for all of us. I mean, Jude took breaks in between sophomore, junior year. Anthony started junior year. He got hurt in the 2021 year.
Yeah.
I also was hurt that season too. I kind of picked up mid-season last year in the winter. And this is kind of really Anthony's first full winter season bowling. Right?
Yeah, because we did the summer last 21, and then we started the fall, and then you and I both got injured, and then we took the break during the winter.
Yeah, I've done 3 years of winter bowling.
This guy's all over.
Yeah, I bowl in way too many leagues. I've done 3 years of winter bowling. I've done half a year with you in my other league that I brought Matt onto. We did a half a year with you in my other league that we left. But overall, I mean, the winter leagues are. I mean, I gotta say they're pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good bowlers, especially in our Sunday league that we've been bowling. That's the one that we've been posting videos for and kind of showing off our live updates with our Jam Girls, which will explain what Jam Girls are as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of good competition, but that's just what bowling is, right? I mean, if we bowl, we all have aspirations to kind of make it to that next level.
Yeah.
If we end up getting to that point, we just got to be ready for tough competition. I mean, sometimes we get frustrated, but it's just how it goes, right? Yeah. It's just how it
part of the game.
Part of the game.
What it
is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so let's get into before we continue to kind of just get some questions out of the way. What kind of just some good questions about what we are, what our product is, kind of just to get the rest of the podcast to be understood by, I guess, the rest of you. So, what is Jam Bowling? Is the first question. Well, to us, it's just 3 guys who just love the game of bowling and want to just continue to showcase it off to everybody. The word jam, it's not a phrase. It's
just our initials.
Yeah. Jude, Anthony, Matt. Nice and simple. Yeah. Just became an acronym, I guess.
We were just sitting one night in the summer, I remember, and we just
came up with it.
You know what? We should start recording our videos. Yeah. And ever since that, Matt came up with Jam and everything, and he pitched his idea to us, and we were like,
let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, can't hurt us.
And we've been improving since, so
yeah,
can't complain.
I mean, everything's just been going up from there, and no turning back now.
No.
We just keep adding projects and projects. So, speaking about adding projects, let's knock this one out of the way. What is Jam Girls?
So it's pretty much, all 3 of our girlfriends, they started doing, podcasts, pretty much every Sunday when we're bowling, we do our live updates. They're doing their version, just of podcasts.
It's essentially like a commentary of of our bowling, and they like to add in their little touch, and it just gives them a little bit of a fun activity while we bowl, just so they're not like on looking girlfriends. They get they get involved. They love kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say they love this stuff, but they like to get involved.
Yeah,
they
keeps
like
them entertained. So.
Yeah, I mean, we got one of our Jam Girls behind the camera today. She's sitting here grueling, listening to us blabber and BS
and
about
the other
stuff.
2 are in the other room.
Yeah, just sitting here listening to us blab about BS that nobody cares about. There she is. Yep, that's mine. That's my Jam Girl. Speaking of, I got the hat on, actually. I don't know if you can see it, but I do have the hat on. Oh, there they are. Here they are in the corner.
That's Jam
corner.
Girls.
Jam Girl, it's Amanda. That's Kristen. And behind the camera, we have Haley.
Hi, guys.
Jam Girls.
Okay, bye, guys.
Yep. You guys probably hear their podcast. They have their own channel. They have their own Instagram. Everything. Probably be plugged somewhere over here in the video. I don't know if...
Sorry to get off topic, but I just have to say... I know we sell a lot of Jam merch. We don't sell a lot of it, but we have our website and everything. Today we had our Secret Santa with all our friends and whatever, all the Jam Girls and Jam Guys, and Matt gifted the Jam Boys
a very nice backpack.
His Jam bowling backpack.
Yeah.
for when we go to our tournaments and stuff, so that people can recognize the brand.
Very
which
nice.
I thought was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is thank you. I mean, I worked hard on it.
Which we appreciate, Matt.
Which is it's also on our website. So if anybody wants to pick it up, it's a computer backpack actually. So I mean, if anybody wants to pick it up, it is there.
And like you guys always know, link is always pasted somewhere.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out for it. And obviously we also come out new merch all the time.
Yeah.
Like now we came out with bags. So just keep an eye out on it.
Yeah, and that brings us to our next question. Why do we make merch? That's a good question. We don't do it for the profit. We could really care less about it. It's not anything important to us. We make merch just to kind of show off, the funny things in our video, things that people might have enjoyed, things that we enjoy, things, we like to support each other. And, with your views and everything like that, we kind of hope that you guys would want to support us as well.
And it's more like advertisement for us too, in a way.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun things that we put on our shirts. A lot of like crotch chop stuff and just kind of out of the ordinary. There's a lot of bowling merchandise out there with like just regular bowling things like strikes and spares and stuff like that. But
we're trying to keep it interesting.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it interesting. We're trying to do the kind of different, kind of make it more exclusive to us, kind of just so everybody
Sorry
understands.
to butt in, but we're going to take a short break and take an ad from our sponsors. Hey guys, what is up? It is Jude, the Chop It Out man from Jam Bowling. Today, I'm here to tell you how Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, Anchor is free to everyone around the world, and there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer just like we do. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, and it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Music, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Okay, welcome back to the Jam Podcast. I'm, as you know, I'm the Chop It Out man, Jude.
Yeah, wait. Why don't we talk about that? Why don't we talk about why do we call you that? Why do we call you that?
Yeah.
So it started in my league. Before I bowled with Matt and Skev, I bowled with my dad and his friend, really a family friend. And one day I just was like, bam! Like I was going for the DX, WWE DX.
Pete Weber.
And then I saw Pete Weber, which I'm actually really fond of Pete Weber, one of my favorite bowlers. It's in his video if you want to go look it up. But Who Do You Think You Are? I Am. And he just did the chop it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, to my opponents, that'd be really good when I'm beating them. So. And it just stuck, and we made merch for it. And now I'm the Chop It Out man.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And going back to our merch topic, that's just how things go with our merch. It's how it comes out. That's how we make it. It's just based on our videos. It's not something we make up out of our ass.
Like how you also just newly released the Skevy Shrug for myself.
Yes, correct.
Which I started doing Skevy Shrug after I do my shot. If it was a decent shot, I just, shrug.
Just give it a little shrug.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time, the shot isn't good.
Yeah, so it's like, whatever.
So when we get that good shot, we're like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, and like I said, I was trying to talk about it before, too, because we were like, oh, yeah, we've been bowling for a little bit, We're still a work in progress, all of us.
Yeah,
all of us still a work in
definitely.
progress. We're all trying to get better.
I have to say, the most improved out of the three of us right now is definitely Skev.
I gotta say, you could probably check it on our spreadsheet, but his summer average was like a 150 something.
No, I thought
it was maybe
140.
147 or something like that.
No,
right?
I thought 144.
Something like that. It was pretty low.
And right now with both leagues, I'm low 160s.
163, right about. Which is, we'll get to averages and stuff like that and all that other crap, but definitely a work in progress. Definitely going better. Yeah. We're all getting new bowling balls, new equipment, new skills.
And speaking of all the merch and what our certain merches are, we got the Jam hat backwards.
Yeah. The Jam hat backwards is you can't see it on the Spotify podcast, but on the YouTube video you can see the Jam hat is already backwards. Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know how it started. I really don't remember. But we were just filming our videos. Oh yeah, it was our first video.
Yeah.
It was our first video, and I think we were either winning or losing, and I was like, damn, we got to get serious now.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting next to Ant, and I'm like, oh man, it's time to put the Balashi hat backwards, because I had a Balashi hat at the time. So Balashi is like an Arubian beer.
Yeah, it's
for
the
those
native
who don't know.
Arubian beer.
Yeah,
We
for
went to
those who don't know.
Aruba. And
Yeah, we were like 2 weeks out, maybe a week out from going to Aruba, so I was wearing the hat around. So I put the hat backwards. It was kind of like a low key type of thing, and I was like, that was kind of cool. So, and from then on, I got myself a Jam hat, and then from then on, I just started putting it backwards.
Yeah.
I just started, it was like a nice little thing in the video, and then we made merch for it.
It became your thing, like how Jude became Chop It Out guy, and I became Scabby Shrub.
Yeah, you also were Silent Mike Man for a little bit. I mean,
yeah, you are.
I
he's
still
not
am.
quiet. He's not
Yeah.
quiet.
No.
He's been
Not
talkative.
ever since. So the whole thing behind me and Matt, I've been dating my girlfriend. It's been 4 years in a week, and you've been dating what, a year and
Two
2 years? Sorry.
Very long time. Feels
so-
like a marriage. That's okay.
I don't know if you know from the bowling videos, but I was bowling for my college, and I met a girl on the team, and we started talking, and it ended up that she knew my girlfriend when they were younger, and so when the girls joined our league, they're in our Thursday league.
Thursday, the Salisbury League, the
yeah.
one that we posted about. Yep. That one.
She asked the girl if she wanted to bowl because they need bowlers, and it ended up that her and Skevich ended up talking, and
And we just hit it off from there.
now they're boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
they're hitting off pretty good.
yeah.
Now he's not very quiet anymore.
Yeah.
It's-
Now all of a sudden he knows how to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So
some way. I don't
he's
like
not
it.
Silent Mike
I don't like
anymore.
it. I don't like
No.
it. No.
No, I don't like it either. Because now he's good at bowling,
Yeah.
and he's showing us up. So
He's showing you up. Like,
yeah, he is
more
bad.
more so
showing
you
you.
than Matt.
Straight ball is a killer. All right, let's get to our next one. Now let's get to what we really are about, bowling.
Yeah.
I'm the stat guy, as you know, most of you people.
Matt's like the
Well,
everything guy.
I'm the everything guy. This podcast is the Jude thing now.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
Well, the audio for the podcast is the me thing.
it's a Jude thing.
The video is Matt.
is still Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony is just here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just does his thing. But yeah, so our averages across a couple seasons, we kind of been flurrying depending on where we bowl, how we bowl. Lately, I've been very in the middle. I've been 185 at one house at South Levittown. I've been 199 at East Meadow. We've been bowling tournaments, which we've been bowling pretty well.
Which I actually just bowled my first one.
Yes, he did bowl his first one.
Yeah.
And he where'd you come in? I forget.
Me and Jacob and I finished 17th.
No, it was out of like 46, 17.
Me and Matt came in 42nd.
And
Yeah,
then
it
I
was
know
not that great.
you and I finished the 34th, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
So-
it was all right. It was a tournament experience. It's kind of what we're getting used to. But yeah, I've been flurrying around that range. Jude's been 190, 195, kind of, we've been very even. As if you guys have checked out our Instagram and stuff, you guys kind of check that out. We've been very even, and like we mentioned before, Ant went from his 140s,
Yeah.
and now he's at like 162, 163 around, and
Which-
it just keeps going up
yeah.
from there.
The
It hasn't
last,
gone down in a
the
while.
last couple months, if they've just been going up. As
Well,
I've
you
been
got a couple
bowling.
new bowling balls, and
Yeah.
you finally started listening to us,
Yeah.
and
Took time.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we also discussed before how we kind of first started bowling. I started bowling my sophomore year.
Jude started freshman
started.
year.
I've been
he
bowling
was
since I'm
bowling
5.
before. Yeah, he was bowling before that, but he started really competitions when he, in high school when he was freshman, and as a junior. And we obviously spoke about how like we kind of took some time off. We're kind of getting back into
and
the
then
full time
also
groove.
you and I were doing that Saturday league for a while.
Yes, we were. We were doing a Saturday league,
The
scholarship league.
instructional.
Yeah, it was a scholarship league, you know.
Yeah.
It I'm not gonna say it helped us, but that was always the goal. It helped a little bit. I mean,
and it didn't hurt us either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to know Anthony's scores from when he first started.
Would you
bowling.
like average 118 or something?
Not even close. No,
I was barely breaking 100 when he first started.
He was barely even breaking 90 sometimes, but. You know, that just shows how our progression has gone. I mean, I started 160, 70 ish. I don't know, Jude's. I mean, everybody starts from the bottom up, so you know,
you just build up from there.
That's how it works.
In high school, I wasn't. You know, I was just there to bowl or whatever. I mean, I didn't really care about the scores. Once I joined my first league, though, I was averaging like 170. And then all of a sudden, I bowled in a summer league at one of the houses by my house here. And we came in first place, and I shot like 289, 250, like every week. And I maintained 200. And that's ever since then. I've just been up at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you know anything about revs and stuff, Jude's got a killer revs.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
Neither do I.
I don't understand.
No idea.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Some aspirations in bowling. I think for all of us, it's kind of just to make it to that next step, next level.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
And just keep better going, every week.
I'm hoping the $30 every week pays off.
Pays off, eventually for, you know, PBA and such. We know a couple of people are going to the PBA too. I mean, you know, PBA stuff is coming up actually, right? It's kind of
I think the first tournament's in January, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it should be coming up. I know something like that.
I don't know. I think the league finished, the PBA league, with like Motown Cruz and the guys like that.
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like New York team had like Pete Weber, Darren Tang.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a killer team.
Yeah, and we're you know, we're gonna cover a little bit of that too. You know, more for our bowling fans and such. We're gonna cover our, you know, that's what really the podcast is about. We're gonna cover our bowling. We're gonna cover professional bowling. We're gonna cover sports, kind of anything that kind of comes to mind for us when we walk down here and want to do our little podcast that we got going.
Hopefully we keep the streak going. Like, we're trying to do, like, I don't know, like every Saturday, but like,
yeah, I mean, we've been saying we were gonna do like a every week type of thing. I mean, we've been saying the same thing with our videos, with our bowling videos. I mean, we've been getting them out. We've been trying, but you know, like we said, we're students. We work. We get tired.
Some
busy.
weeks they were delayed, but they still got out every week, one way or another.
I mean, 90% of you would never even know that we just got back from the city.
Yeah.
Literally just like maybe
not
an hour or so. Yeah.
40 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, we got back from the city. So yeah, I mean, you know, we're busy people, but you know, we're always devoted to kind of putting in contact for you guys. So with that, before we move on to our next bowling topic, we're going to take a little bit of a break and kind of hear from another sponsor. Hey guys, it's Matt here. Have you ever watched our videos and wondered, where do we get our shirts? Or how can I get one of those shirts? Well, it's very simple. Head to our website, jam-bowling.myspreadshop.com to view all of our exclusive merchandise, such as our 10-pin shirt, the Jude Crotch Top exclusive, the Skevy Shrug, the Jam Hat Backwards, and more. The link is down below. Once again, it's jam-bowling.myspreadshop.com. And as always, thank you to Spreadshirt for allowing us to sell on their platform, and to all of you, thank you for your support. Welcome back to the Jam Podcast.
Wow, that was very, very interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about, topics. We were on bowling and our bowling. Some of our viewers have bowled with us and bowled in the same houses. Others have not, so this might not be a topic that many of you may understand or
we
know.
Could describe the houses to you.
We could describe it. I'm sure that you guys have bowled in houses like such, you know, older houses, newer houses, you know, whatever. Similar. I could start. I mean, my personal favorite house to pull at right now
Rockville Center.
No, it's not actually. No.
Oh, East Meadow.
It's at East Meadow. Right now it's East Meadow.
Figured. That's where your highest average is.
It's my nice average. That's where I bowl my 199. I just feel like it's a nice house. It's, you know, they maintain it well. They oil the lanes very well.
Yeah, but you shot You shot 297 at Levittown.
I did shoot 297 at Levittown. So, my highest games are at Levittown. But personally, I just feel like East Meadow's more consistent, and you know, if you're bowling a sports shot, you usually know what you're bowling on, so you can prepare for it. And I just feel like at Levittown, I'm bowling sports shots all the time, and
that's what it feels like every week. It's something different.
It does, and I don't know if you guys can notice that on the videos, but Jesus Christ, it sucks.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. Sometimes, I mean, it's just gotten worse as time has gone on.
So I have a question for you. What's your least favorite house?
Least favorite house?
But it depends, though. I can't answer that question because in the summer, like for me, in the summer, I favor Levittown more. But in the winter, I favor East Meadow.
Yeah. It just But, you know, houses really have to do with, like, temperature and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if the temperature in the alleys is too hot, the lanes react differently.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, your high game is 297 at Levittown
during the summer.
Yeah. My high game is a place that I don't even bowl anymore because it's so bad.
Was it Harrow?
It's so bad.
Because that's Harrow.
Yeah,
Harrow Lanes.
Yeah.
Is,
so you're 297. I'm 289.
My high game was 236.
Yeah, that was at East Meadow? Or was that at... No, East Meadow.
I want to say East Meadow, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I have probably a handful of 279s.
Yeah.
Over, I mean,
you've definitely bowled more houses than I have, and Anthony combined.
I mean, I shot... I don't know if you guys keep up with the stats, but I shot a 269 in out my other league.
Something like that, 262, 261, something like that, somewhere around there.
But you know, I think you have what do you have? Like a handful of 279s also.
I don't have many. I mean,
no?
I'm up there with 260s. I think I've had a couple 280s. I had my 297. And I put up 220, 230 games, but I don't really put up many 272.
Closest I've been was 289.
Yeah,
I haven't gone close. The closest I've been 289 was 279. So I mean,
I think before that, I think I had a 278 or something like that.
Probably.
I don't know. I'd have to count it and look at it, but you know, it's just it's a handful. But you know, the houses. Recently, I mean, when we bowled at that tournament in what was that? Wantagh.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that house.
AMF Wantagh.
I didn't mind that. I mean, I just didn't understand where the lanes were, and you know.
Well, we were further discussing that we're trying to figure out, like, so in South Levittown, the lanes in the winter are very bad, but also one of the owners left, so the guy used to put down the pattern. So we already paid for our spot for the summer league, but I don't think we're gonna go back there next winter. We were just talking. We're gonna go. There's an AMF Wantagh Sunday summer league. Not summer.
Winter league.
Winter in the morning. It looks pretty easy. I mean, you know, we're not going there for the money. We're going there to bowl.
Yeah.
Dude, we're going to put content out.
Yeah, really. We have to put content. So.
And more so for keeping our practice going every week, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we can't film it on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
A lot of great people in that league, and I'm kind of disappointed that we can't, because I feel like the jam culture would kind of love and understand and respect some of the guys in that league, just because everybody's so awesome and
they're all very relatable to bowling.
It's always a fun time. Yeah. It's always fun and interesting.
There's never a dull moment at league.
Yeah, you guys are getting the competition side of our league.
You know, it's not like you know, and on Sundays in South Levittown, I mean, we have a couple of friends, but like, you know, we don't. There's a lot of teams, so we don't really talk to everybody. But I mean, everybody knows us as the camera guys.
Yeah, we're the camera guys.
I mean,
thought? Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, Thursday night's more of like an entertainment kind of night, and then Sundays we got more of competition. So.
Yeah, I mean, on Thursdays, there's, like I said, there's never a dull moment. It's always fun, and as the owner of the league always says, he says we're competitive but we're fun.
Yeah, that's just how it's got to be, and it's it's a competitive league that it's not so competitive, but it's competitive enough where like a team like mine and yours who have two high averaged bowlers, and there are other teams with guys with 220 averages and 190s that aren't top teams, and you also have teams like the Jam Girls who
pretty much just started out.
Yeah, they just started bowling, and they're also like 5th, 6th, 7th. They're up there in the placement, so they always give everybody a run for their money. So it's one of those leagues where it's just like you never know what you're gonna get. You're not you're not gonna bowl against a guy who's gonna bowl 200 every week. You might get a 200 every now
except
and then.
Sean.
Yeah, except Sean. Sean's gonna bowl 200 every week. He's although I beat him 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Last week. So.
I mean, when we're on, we can bowl 200 straight through, but most of the time, it's
just focus.
Yeah.
That's it. I've noticed recently, especially when I bowl on Thursdays, like I used to be so focused and great at spare shooting, and I just kind of just have lost that completely. Yeah. And it's screwed most of my games over. I've just forgotten how to hit spares at this point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's why at Levittown my average is so low because I'm not focused on my spares. If I was focused on my spares, I'd have 200 games. But
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, other houses that we've bowled at, Maple Lanes and Rockville Center.
Mm-hmm. That's like the big one. The other one that we've bowled
definitely one of my favorite houses.
Yeah,
for sure.
For you.
For me.
I mean, when we bowl there, we do a live video. Sometimes we not recently, but it's a monthly league that we've bowled there. We used to bowl there in the winter.
Yeah. Well, we started off with the summer. Yeah. And then we went into.
Anthony. It was just a tough. It was
Anthony and I had bowled there on Saturday mornings. Yeah. That was our scholarship league that we discussed before.
And then that's when we found out about the Trio League,
which we bowled this summer. That was solid competition, and it was very evenly matched because you had your low 200 averages with your 190 averages, and then you add in your either lower average or medium average. It equated to like what we were looking for. And then came the winter, and then all the big dogs.
Well, no, it wasn't even the winter. I don't even remember what happened.
Yeah, it was the winter. We weren't getting beat by the competition.
No, the whole reason we left the winter is because first of all, you hurt your shoulder, and then you broke your collarbone.
Yeah. And I was looking at that too. I was only out for like 3-4 weeks.
And then you got me who just wanted to bowl, and I can't bowl because he broke his collarbone and.
Yeah, at the time too.
Hurt his shoulder.
We didn't know any subs. We didn't even know what a sub was. We left the league, and I went back to get a ball redone, and a couple of guys came up to me and they were like, "Why you guys left the league? You guys thinking about coming back?" And we were like, "Oh, we made other commitments for another league." And they were like, "Why did you leave?" And I was like, "Well, I hurt my shoulder. He hurt his shoulder. We just weren't feeling it. We didn't think it was worth it to be out for like 4 or 5 weeks."
Yeah.
And they were like, "You could have called him a sub." We were like,
we don't know about it.
Like a sub. I was like,
at that point we didn't know
who could sub for us. We didn't really think about a sub.
We didn't know any other bowlers. Now we know a lot of bowlers.
Yeah, so. I mean our sub for our summer league was his dad, and that was like he bowled once or twice when I couldn't make it.
I think once.
Yeah. So it was like not even like we knew nobody. I mean now we have
a few people we could call.
A good selection of people. Now that the girls started bowling, we have them as well that they could sub if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was kind of a discussion, and then I was talking about Rockville Center. So yeah, then we ended up bowling now. After that league that we did, we started bowling a couples league, which myself and my girlfriend Haley, Jude and his girlfriend Amanda. We've been bowling in this like Saturday night monthly couples cruise league type of thing.
It's like a bowl to cruise.
Yeah,
it's
like
place.
It's a fun league.
Yeah.
And,
I mean nobody wins money. It's just you go, you have fun, you bowl. At the end of it, you get a cruise around New York City, and
that's about it.
Free drinks and food.
Yeah.
And just enjoy yourself.
Nice and easy, fun, enjoy yourself type of league, and I bowl terrible at it, and Jude bowls really good at it.
I have the highest average in the league.
Well, all right. the the house doesn't oil the lanes before the league because why would they? It's a fun league. Nobody really cares about oil. And
Yeah, but the last time we bowled them, my bowl was going completely straight.
Yeah, but also
Well, there's oil on the outside.
There's oil on the outside and there's no oil in the middle. So I'm one of those people who uses that outside half, and I can't use that outside half anymore.
But you also got to realize, too, they got that scholarship league in the morning, so they don't really re-oil through the day.
Yeah, we bowled a 6-game tournament there, and they didn't oil. We sat there all day, and they had a whole bowl-a-thon. They didn't re-oil the lanes. It's nothing against the house. It's just, I understand it's not a league like that, that they have to re-oil, and oiling costs money and such. So, yeah, I mean, that's really it for the topic of houses from me and you guys. So, I mean...
And then now we're just going to go take another break, and we're going to take another word from our sponsors, so just stay tuned.
Hey guys, I would like to take this opportunity to tell you to check out all of our social media pages from Instagram to TikTok. Follow us on social medias like Instagram and Facebook at JamBowling300, or follow us on other social medias like TikTok and YouTube, also at JamBowling. That's at JamBowling300 on Instagram and Facebook, and at JamBowling on TikTok and YouTube. Be sure to also check out our podcast on Spotify, the Jam Girls Podcast and the Jam Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Jam Podcast. At this point, we're going to, get into our favorite sports teams and such?
Yeah.
All right.
Great topics. Collectively, we all enjoy a nice New York Metropolitan baseball.
Yes, we're very big Mets fans.
Yes.
You can't see it, but it's behind
it's on his hat.
Yeah, and on my back, I have a pillow, and you can't see it, but I got Met signs everywhere.
We're in the Jude household, in case you didn't know. So yeah, favorite teams. I am a Mets.
You're weird.
Nets, Islanders, Saints fan. Did I cover all the sports? I feel like I'm missing a sport.
What did you say? Mets, Nets, Saints, Islanders.
Yeah, I feel like it's four major sports. I mean,
Favorite soccer team?
We won't follow soccer.
Yeah.
Follow soccer.
Okay, so I'm Mets. Unfortunately, the Knicks. The Giants, who were doing good.
Right.
They were doing good until they got absolutely smacked up by the Philadelphia Eagles.
I can't speak. I'm a Saints fan right now.
And me and Matt have opposing views on hockey. He's an Islanders fan, and I'm a Rangers fan. So,
who right now are both doing equally terrible.
Yeah, we don't talk about hockey.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it eventually, but
Yeah, when I get more knowledge on hockey.
And please inform everybody of this singular team that you like.
And the only team I'm big fan of are the New York Metropolitans.
The Metropolitans.
Nah, you said you were a Jets fan before.
Yeah, before I kind of faded out football.
Football's not really my favorite type of sport right now.
This year I got into football more than I have been in the past couple of years.
This is my least favorite year. This is my least focused year. I mean, I feel like it's been more reduced. I have a personal vendetta against football because just not any NFL, but more of like football. And I mean, it's a great money maker, but it just, to me, it's sports betting is just not like, I'm not opposed to it, and I think it's a great way for people to make money. Yeah. It's a great way for people to waste money as well. But I just feel like the promotion of sports betting in sports is just way too much, and I feel like it's taking away from the joys of the game. I feel like I'm going to see more stats about over-unders while watching a football game than I am a player's stats. I mean, I feel like watching... I mean, it's starting to come into more sports now, too, as well. But
football's a big sport right now.
Football's the one that kind of drew me away, because that's just what I feel like. You can't have a conversation about football with somebody now without talking about sports betting.
Well, even look, I mean, now, like, all these, like, it went from, like, Sportsbook to now it's, like, DraftKings. Yeah. And even now, like, we have, like, like YouTubers like opening their own betting. Like even Jake Paul, I know he opened the Better, the BETR, where you're not betting on a team. You're betting on a player. So basically, like Deshaun Watson. Like
awful choice for the first player.
All right, so let's go.
That's an awful.
Let's go. Okay,
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
No. We'll go like
Okay, well, even worse choice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, even worse. We'll
Let me
go.
go Mike Vick while we're at it.
Oh my god. We'll go Saquon Barkley. So let's say Saquon Barkley runs over 100 yards. You're basically going into the app before the game starts, and you're gonna say, okay, I bet $50 that Saquon Barkley run over 100 yards in this game. You're not betting on a team.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm opposed to sports betting. I think sports betting is a great thing. I think it's a very entertaining and fun thing. But I think the fact that professional sports leagues are now shoving it down fans' throats,
and it's not even just football. It's everything.
Hockey,
it's becoming more and more.
Hockey is the least one to do it, but it's starting to get more and more in baseball, and it's starting to get like even like FIFA, like with the whole World Cup right now. Like there's been videos everywhere, like people putting parlays, like France to win the World Cup, Golden State to win the NBA Finals, and just...
yeah, it's just it's not. I'm not opposed to the sports betting world. I think if it was my cup of tea, I'd enjoy it. I know a lot of people that I know Jude and some of his friends enjoy it as well. Not as hardcore as some people, but
I don't enjoy it yet because I'm only like I said, I'm only 20.
Enjoy the logistics of it.
In New York, we can't bet until we're 21, so we use like fake apps.
Yeah, I mean, you enjoy the logistics of it essentially, but I just feel like as a fan watching a football game, if I'm I was a big fan when, I'm a Saints fan, like I said, but I was a big fan when Drew Brees was still around, right? And I feel like I'd watch the game.
Speaking of Drew Brees, he just got signed
as a Purdue offensive coordinator or something like that, right? Or assistant coach, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'd watch a game and like the topic at hand would be like, Drew Brees is gonna throw for 200 yards. Over is $100, plus 100. Under, that is
minus
100,
minus 150.
Yeah, instead of like, Drew Brees has been so great in his career, right? Like, I mean, you talk about like LeBron James in basketball, and sooner or later, I feel like he's very close. I mean, the time of recording, he's very close to breaking that scoring record.
Yeah.
Right. And I
feel like he's gonna break that.
And a good example of that would be sports broadcasters won't discuss like, oh my god, he's really close to beating Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. They're gonna talk about like it's gonna be like plus 100 that he beats the record within the next 2 weeks. And it's just I don't care.
Yeah, I rather see him break it and not bet on it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I needed a mental break from the game of football because of that, and it just this was my year to do that, and I'm glad it was this year because the Saints are playing really, really bad. Yeah. So I'm glad this was my year of a break.
But I mean, look, like what is it, the West or the East or whatever? It's like the Patriots, the Dolphins, and they all have losing records.
No, they're doing pretty good. It's the NFC South that's with the Saints and the Buccaneers and
and they all have
the Falcons and the Panthers. Yeah. I think the Bucs are now officially 2 games over 500, or maybe 1 game over 500.
You've seen the post. It's like all the Spider-Mans pointing in one direction, and it's like they put like all the teams pointing in like each other's direction, and like who's gonna go to the playoffs?
Yeah, it's
gonna be a toss-up.
It's a toss-up with that division, but like I said, it's just I feel like sports betting it's not ruining the game, but I feel like the promotion of it is ruining it, the experience for me. I mean,
for sure.
At baseball games too. When we went to Mets games, I mean, they were doing fun bets though. Like I was enjoying that. Like when we went to I went to I don't think we went to this game together, but it was Brewers and Mets, and they were doing a fun DraftKings thing or sports bet, Caesar Sportsbook, whatever that they're sponsored by, and it was like over under that a guy who looks like Pete Davidson gets a hit, today,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And by like the 7th inning, he was like Christian Yelich obviously is the player, and he didn't get a hit. So whoever had
The under.
in the 3rd inning, or whatever, when they did the under or whatever, they would win. So like that type of stuff is fun, and I enjoy that. But I don't know. I just feel like sometimes
one thing I see about
overworked.
baseball and sports betting now is like like I said, in football you're betting on a guy to do something. In baseball you're not betting on the team anymore. You're betting on like
Players.
the players. So like, oh, we're gonna bet Jeff McNeil drives in 2 or more RBIs, or like we're gonna bet like Pete Alonso hits a home run.
Yeah. Or
It's a great idea. I mean,
or like when Judge was chasing the record for the
62, like-
home runs. Yeah.
yeah, was he gonna do it or was he not gonna do it? Yeah, that was pretty much it. But now that we're kind of shifting topics, we can go back to like favorite athletes. What are your current favorite athletes? Well, I'm gonna go with you because you haven't said a word in a while. Silent Mike, man.
I feel like myself, I like McNeil, Nimmo, Alonso off the Mets.
You got any like favorite athletes beside baseball? Like, I know you don't watch a lot of bowling, but like from what you know, who's your favorite bowler?
Probably either Kyle Trout,
Trout,
Trout, or
he's got a fun energy.
Yeah.
or Jason Belmo. Yeah.
For somebody who's not two-handed
Yeah,
bowler.
that's funny. Yeah.
He chooses two-handed bowlers. Yeah, but I agree. Their energies are very fun and
Yeah,
exciting.
For sure.
Pretty entertaining to watch them bowl.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite athletes currently, I have too many. I mean, football-wise, since we were just on that topic, although I haven't watched much of him, just hearing the name and seeing the talent. I mean, originally I was a Drew Brees fan, but then once he retired, I needed someone new. I liked Alvin Kamara, I liked Michael Thomas, but both of them kind of just fell off recently.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, he fell off big time. But Chris Olave is definitely one of those guys that he's a dog. He's a dog. Baseball wise, since we are all kind of on that topic, I'm a Lindor fan. I do have to say I'm a Lindor fan.
Yeah.
He's just got such a swag with him that I could kind of vibe with. Some of those guys get me pissed off though. Scherzer, I love his energy. I love his vibe.
Crazy energy, dude.
Crazy guy.
Yeah.
I feel like Kodai Senga, which we'll get to. He's gonna be one of my.
Yeah,
my
we're
favorite.
definitely gonna. We
We're gonna get
definitely
to
have to talk about that because we are very excited Mets fans right
I
now.
feel like he's gonna be a dog. He's gonna be so exciting to watch.
And now what about we just signed Verlander for 2 years?
Verlander, yes.
You know, now he's in the rotation.
I'm only excited because of Kate Upton.
Yeah.
Don't tell my girlfriend, although she's sitting right there. No, Verlander, yeah, he's a very good pitcher. He's not my favorite player yet. I have to watch him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched him for many, many years, but it just he's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
I just haven't really seen.
Yeah.
I haven't really he hasn't given me a vibe yet.
Especially just came off the Astros. They just won this year the World Series.
Cy Young as well. He won.
That's his second World Series.
Yeah, he won in
Yeah.
2017 with the Astros as well.
The cheating year.
It is now my turn to say my favorite athletes.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to start off with football because this year I'm more into football than I was. I'm going to go Saquon Barkley,
Trash.
Daniel Bellinger.
Who?
Daniel Bellinger.
Don't
wide
even
receiver
ask me.
for the
Don't
Giants.
even ask me. Don't even ask me.
Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, he's good. Terrible quarterback. Good player.
I just want to express my hate for Tom Brady. Tom Brady's put me through a lot of pain and suffering. Every time the Giants played the Patriots, I wanted to kill myself.
He beat him twice in the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah,
So why do you hate him?
because I hate him.
But you beat him twice in the Super Bowl.
I don't like that man. I told you, if I saw him in New York City walking with his family,
That's
I'd
fucked up.
kick
I
out
already know what's
both.
going here.
I'd kick out both his kneecaps.
That's fucked up.
That's really
Well, you know
fucked
what?
up.
That's how I feel.
I dislike Tom Brady because he's a Buccaneer. But
I think
but-
everybody's got their own reasons for hating him.
But I don't know. I mean, this year he's not too. He's terrible. He's a terrible football player.
Okay, moving on. What's your next? Hockey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know a lot about hockey. So I'm just gonna say I'm not like. Shut up. I'm not. No, Ryan Reeves not even a Ranger anymore.
He's still cocky.
Yeah, you saw the hit he gave the other night.
Yeah, he almost killed that man.
Okay.
That was terrible.
So I don't really know a lot about hockey, so I'm just gonna go with my favorite Rangers: Zibanejad, Panarin, Philip Hedl. A lot of people don't like Hedl, but I like him.
I don't even know him.
What should I do next?
Baseball.
Yeah.
Fuck basketball, dude.
No, I'll give you my favorite basketball.
Right.
I only have two.
The Knicks suck. We already know this.
I only have two.
Who was it? Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Toppin.
And Zion.
Zion Williamson?
Which, you know what? 2016, the Knicks got effed.
That was not 2016.
Whatever it was. What score was 2020?
No, it wasn't like 2019.
Okay, whatever. The Knicks were supposed to get the number one lottery pick for the draft, and
they were supposed to get,
didn't.
They were supposed to get
ended up being the
Kyrie,
Pelicans.
KD.
Yeah,
and
that never happened.
And that one. No, they didn't.
Moving on. I don't want to talk about it because you're mad. Baseball.
Yeah.
So, on my New York Metropolitans, I don't know. Should I start off with historic or should I go new?
Do whatever you please.
My number one all-time favorite player, you should both already know,
I already know this.
is David Wright.
Whose favorite player isn't that?
Why? Who's my favorite player?
No, I didn't say that. I said whose isn't. Like who's like if
Okay.
you're a Mets fan, whose favorite player? Like who
A
is
lot of
your
people,
favorite player?
like Mike Piazza, Gary Carter, Mookie Wilson.
That's if you're like 85.
Yeah. Favorite current, I gotta go with the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
Yeah, because you're literally him.
Second, gotta go with Danny Burgers.
Of course, because you're literally him.
You look
Danny,
like his twin.
Danny Vogelback is one of a kind, unique dude.
I don't think he's been eating a lot of burgers this off season. I'm gonna put a picture of him on the side, but he's not eating a lot of burgers this off season.
Yeah, it looked like he had a lot of
He's eating
salads.
some salads this off
Yeah,
season.
starting to slim down.
Favorite pictures from the Mets was DeGrom. Then DeGrom zooted out of New York for that cash out.
Yeah.
He wants to win a World Series in Texas.
Yeah. Texas had 68 wins last year.
Right.
Move on.
Come on. Washed Corey Seager.
Yeah.
Washed Marcus Semien.
But like I said, my favorite Mets, Pete Alonso. I like Jeff McNeil. I like Mark Canha. I really like everybody.
Mark Canha's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's a dog.
I don't really have a problem with anybody in the Mets. You have a problem with anybody in the Mets? I don't.
I have a problem with a few Mets players.
No,
honestly.
that's a lie. I have a problem with James McCann. McCann, if you're watching this, I really, really would like you to leave New York and get traded.
He's
Please.
getting traded.
Please.
I have a few other grudges. I have a grudge with Starling Marte, personally.
Mike's run to first base. There's no hustle. Yes, that's the reason.
exactly why.
Yeah,
but
don't lie.
He was also dealing with an injury that I didn't know about, so I mean, I had that grudge for him.
And his grandmother died or something like that.
No, that was a while ago, though. But that doesn't affect your ball playing. It does, but I don't think it does as much.
Not that bad.
He's a dog. He came back.
Yeah, but
he came back from that injury and hit that home run. He's a dog.
This dude he led the league in stolen bases, and he barely even stole 4.
Well, what I just read about Brandon Nimmo is that. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of talking.
God.
Sorry,
How
bro.
rude.
So, I read that Brandon Nimmo. One of the things that they're gonna try and do with him this year is that
Steal bases.
Steal bases.
I doubt it. They're gonna try, but he's not a base stealer. He could if he wanted to, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's got too much speed that if you put a guy like McNeil at that 2 slot, you knock him over to third, you bring Lindor, Alonso up 3-4, drive him in. You don't need him to steal bases.
So this is my big question to both of you. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Skev, Matthew, Skev.
Why you gotta drag it? Just
What
spit it out.
are your expectations for the New York Metropolitans this year?
My expectations is that he fixes Mike. 'Cause that wow, Anyway.
Well, you hear something?
Yeah, it's a little ticking, but you're good. You're good.
It sounds better
It's
now.
fine.
All right.
Well,
We're very new to this.
no, we're very new to this.
Yeah.
Me and Anthony are very new to this.
This is literally a table from my shed.
It's a nice table. I think it's. It
Yeah,
fits
we're
us
gonna
well.
have to
Perfect.
upgrade.
Yeah, we try. We hope he's gonna find one in the garbage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best.
Anthony's
Anyway,
gonna find one because I feel.
Or
I,
Facebook Marketplace is
I
always
forget. I
good.
forget the Spotify can't see us.
yeah.
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 Anyway, back to
Expectations. I feel like Marlins are a very low key team. I always think that every year I think that they're a low key team to steal third place.
We start with this. What place do you think the Mets gonna come in?
I think first.
Do they
second,
do they clinch a division, or do they go wild card?
I think it's gonna be a bold take, but I do think that the Braves regress now.
Without Dansby Swanson
Without Dansby Swanson,
and
not
Wilson
because Dansby.
Contreras. Wait, they never had Wilson Contreras.
William, they had William Contreras.
William Contreras.
I don't think that the Braves will fall off per se, but I don't think that they win 100 games.
No.
I don't think so either.
And
I think
I don't think it's Dansby Swanson that makes them win less than 100.
Ronald.
I don't think that either. I think
Pitching.
they have a solid squad, and I don't think it's pitching either. I just think that they're missing something in that team that's gonna make them not win 100 games.
I think they're personally, not to sound like a little kid, but I think they're going to be scared of the Mets.
Yeah.
What the Mets have right now, and we're not even through half of the offseason yet.
No.
Look who the Mets signed.
Yeah.
Verlander, Cody Asenga today officially just signed
5 years.
another pitcher. We have Scherzer. We signed
Quintana.
Quintana, and we're trying to trade for another pitcher.
You got Robertson also.
Yeah,
You're gonna throw a couple other guys in there as well.
Yeah, because
you signed Nimmo.
Yeah, you got Nimmo back. Yeah, I think the expectations for fans and the organization is very high. I do also think the Dodgers regress as well. I think the Padres.
I think
progress.
the only reason the Dodgers regress is because they've lost so much. Trey Turner gone. Corey Seager gone.
And there's no big name free agent shortstops in the market anymore.
No,
that
look,
that was their goal.
Carlos Correa.
Giants.
Like everybody thought Giants were gonna sign Judge, but look, Judge went back to the Yankees,
Yeah.
and who thought everybody was saying, oh, the Mets were getting Carlos Correa, that was the thing. He was gonna move
Mets weren't
over to
gonna
third
get him.
base to play with Lindor.
Mets weren't going to get Correa. They were gonna put a bid in for him, but they weren't going to pay him that much. It just there was no reason. But I don't know. I feel like the teams that played well will regress, and the teams that
Warren is good. They're probably gonna
do
better.
the teams that surprised in the wild card will play better. I don't think, personally speaking, NL East terms, the Phillies win as many games
I
as
feel
people are
like-
projecting them to win, though.
I feel like with all the new guys on the Phillies, I feel like there's gonna be no click. This year's Mets team, there were a bunch of new guys, but everybody had the same thought, and it was to make the fans happy, and it was to get them to a wild card or a divisional win, and it was just, they did it. But did they succeed in the wild card?
No.
We were there for Game 3, and
Unfortunately.
we sat there watching them celebrate, and we
that's
were like,
terrible.
you know what? It's not our year, but
Rebuild.
like we say,
We're in a rebuild.
every year's not our year, but
We're in a rebuild.
we're just Mets fans.
We're in a rebuild.
And every off-season's rebuild.
So let me ask you, what are your expectations?
Mine or, well, let's see. Mets take first, second. They just signed a couple big names. They got a good rotation starting pitchers. Probably gonna get close 90 wins at least. Maybe clinch division, and then we'll see from there.
I think going back to that with the first place, I do got to change my mind. I did say Mets second place. I might say Mets first place. But I got to think. I'm thinking logistic wise though. I'm thinking logistic wise. sorry to cut you off, but I'm thinking logistic wise because Phillies are going to be missing Bryce Harper for the first half of the season
because of Tommy John.
Due to Tommy John. The Phillies also don't have much pitching compared to.
I mean, they got T.J. Walker, but like,
what
and Zach Wheeler. I'm so scared.
Yeah, come on. So compared to a Mets team who's got all these dogs and a Braves team that's got slightly dogs, I don't think that the Phillies overtake the Mets for first place. Just because, yeah, they had a fantastic.
Sorry for the delay. One of our camera died, so if the audio's a little messed up, just forgive us. It's our first podcast. We don't like. I mean, I know kind of how to run this thing, but
we're clueless.
We're really clueless.
We're just figuring it out.
If anybody wants to give us
any tips,
we can
ideas.
topics, tips on how to do a podcast, whatever. Like, we'd be definitely open to it. So you can hit us in our Instagram, our YouTube,
even our Facebook, TikTok.
If you want to finish your thought.
Yeah, so my thought basically about the Phillies and the Mets kind of being hand in hand with their offseason moves. Mets kind of went pitching depth, while Phillies went lineup depth.
Yeah.
And it just, I feel like when it comes to regular season matchups, I feel like Trey Turner was a great addition for the Phillies, but it won't make much of a difference in the long run.
My expectations for the Mets are obviously first place. Love to see them take first place, take the division.
Yeah.
Do I think they're going to win in the playoffs? I don't think so. They're a playoff ready team. Do I think they're going to beat anybody in the playoffs? I would like to say so, but I don't think they're going to beat anybody.
It really depends on who they go against.
Yeah.
I feel like
if they're going to go against the Braves or the Dodgers or the Giants,
then probably not.
No, they'll beat the Dodgers and they'll beat the Giants. I don't know about the Braves though.
Things change per year though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. Is
that's true.
We're worried Braves Dodgers. We might honestly be having to worry about Padres Phillies.
Yeah.
Or
the Padres are ridiculous.
They're ridiculous this year. But what is Tatis going to return to Tatis form when he comes back?
Well, like I said, bro, you have to think about it. Teams have to click. They have to click. You can't just say, okay, here. Who did the Padres? They signed what?
Bogarts.
Okay.
11 years.
They signed Bogarts, but for them to do something, they have to click.
Yeah.
It's not just gonna be like, oh, Bogarts goes in, they win the first 15 games. It's not gonna be they have to click.
No, yeah, they got to click, and I think the main problem with the Padres in 2021 was that their team just didn't click in the second half. They fell off, and that had a lot to do with Machado, and it had a lot to do with Tatis and just being selfish.
Sure.
Talent-wise, they got stellar talent. They just didn't click, and the reason why they clicked this year going into the playoffs and they made it such a great run. Same thing with the Phillies is they clicked at the right time. And I feel like these teams, we might have to be worried about certain teams, but us three as Mets fans, we sit here looking at the Mets and we're like, wow, we might completely suck this year. Or we might completely suck in the playoffs, but we're just not used to winning teams, high expectations. And also, we're in a competitive division.
The last time the Mets won 100 games was
80s. Yeah.
Maybe even when they won the World Series.
This year was very, very, very big for us.
It was very different.
But
we made it to the World Series 2015, but fluke. That was really a fluke.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a hot run, but that's just the Mets, and they're disappointing all of us all of the time.
That's every year though, every season.
That's just how it is. I mean, we have a lot of expectations. Just two things before we end too.
Yeah,
I do want to
two little things before we end.
I do want to note, Mets don't have to worry about Dansby Swanson. Just because if we're gonna make this a weekly thing, I figure we should cover some of the things that happen throughout the week.
Yeah.
More specifically today, obviously Kodai Senga officially signs his 5-year deal with the Mets. Very happy about it. Dansby Swanson, 7 years, $177 million to the Cubs, which is I feel like a great deal for the Cubs. Great deal for the Mets.
One thing before we end, I want to ask you, really quick, both of you. Do you think now Mets have Senga, trade clause, only deal Shohei Ohtani was to the Mets? Are we saying that Shohei Ohtani signed a deal with the Angels to only get traded to the Mets because he knew that Senga was going to sign with the Mets in the offseason?
No. Not completely unrelated. I think it's completely unrelated.
So, do the Mets get Shohei Ohtani at the end of the trade deadline in July?
No, I don't think they get him at the deadline.
Or do they get him in the offseason next year and he signs this crazy major contract with Steve Cohen and
I think
he's a Met for 10 years?
I think it'll be that one, and I think only because Angels are going to be in a position where they're going to be in a playoff spot. Or they're going to be fighting for one, and they're not going to want to give up Ohtani.
What I like to see, which is absolutely crazy, and I know you're going to think I'm probably wild.
You are wild.
Mets trade Alvarez,
No.
Mauricio,
No.
Beatty,
No.
gone.
No.
Get Ohtani
No.
and Trout.
No, it's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but it just
so
it makes me
unrealistic.
happy to think about it.
It's so unrealistic that it's not going to happen.
You never know, bro. Listen, Stephen Cohen's
It's not
he's
gonna
a dog.
happen.
He's
No,
a dog.
And the only reason why I know it's not going to happen because Cohen values his prospects too much to make stupid trades.
Yeah.
And
Well, I gotta see him on the field this year. Take out Escobar, throw in Beatty.
but
Done.
it doesn't matter. Cohen values his prospects and his young stars more than he values anything else, and that's a good thing in an organization.
Do we have any pitchers in the minor leagues
You got a couple, not many.
that are like off the charts?
Not really.
No.
That's why we really signed Verlander, Scherzer to kind of hold over a couple years before we get those dogs. But yeah, I don't even remember where I was at my thought. But no, yeah, Ohtani is gonna get 11 years, $495 by the Mets. That's
$495.
That's roughly $45 a year, and that's only because
$495.
$495.
That'd be the biggest major league contract ever.
Of course, because Judge just got 40 per year, and
At what, 360
at 360
for 9 years.
and Verlander, Scherzer both got 43.
I don't say 10 years.
I say 11.
I say 12 years, $400 million.
I only say 11 because Ohtani's a talent that
Is it 170?
if his hitting falls off by the time he
is
hits,
it generational?
well, he's gonna be 29 next year, right? By the offseason.
I thought he was younger. I
No,
guess
he'll be 29 by the end of the offseason, right? You sign him 11 years, he'll be under contract till he's 40, right? Right now, your 40-year-old pitchers in the league are your top pitchers, right? And Ohtani is a top pitcher at 29 years old. Ohtani, let's say he falls off with the bat by the age of 34. He doesn't have to pitch it. He doesn't have to hit anymore.
Yeah, you can just
He can pitch. Let's say by the age of 35, 34, he falls off with the pitching, but he's still a dominant bat. He's going to hit. So you have so much possibility with Ohtani in his career. Like, by the time he hits 40, he might still be Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, but he might not be Shohei Ohtani with the bat.
Yeah.
And I feel like giving him 11 years gives the Mets opportunity to say, like, listen, you're at a point right now in your career where you could just stop pitching right now or stop hitting right now, and you'll be perfectly fine. And he's not like a risk like a Trey Turner where, like, once age 36 hits, like, I mean, we all saw with Albert Pujols, he was amazing with the Cardinals. And then once he signed that deal, he fell off, but there was no secondary option for him. There's a secondary option for Ohtani, and it's a high risk, high reward with him. And then and then the last deal also to the Dodgers, JD Martinez, 1 year, $10 million. A little less important, but not a bad signing for the Dodgers. Good DH bat.
Yeah, but I think on that note, we're gonna end with the JD Martinez, 1 year, $10 million.
Yeah.
This is Jam's first podcast.
Yeah. Hope you got to learn a little bit about us and a little bit about our bowling and then kind of where our aspirations are with bowling and everything regarding that and kind of how we feel about sports, and you kind of got a little bit of a hint of knowledge with that as well. So if you came for the bowling, you got that in the beginning. If you came for the sports, you got that at the end. I mean, that's really what we're going to be doing a lot.
As always, Thanks. If you're watching our podcast, thanks for watching us sit here in my basement and talk to each other.
Yeah.
If you're listening on Spotify, thanks for listening. Stay tuned. We're gonna come out with our podcast. Weekly, bi-weekly?
Something like that.
It'll probably be up sometime this week.
Yeah.
Well,
next
for
week.
you guys,
it's up right now.
Yeah, it's up right now. But for us, it's Saturday night. We're not really party people, so
this is our life, unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah. Tomorrow we bowl in league, so
stay tuned for that.
We're gonna video that, and that should be up. I don't know, Thursday.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. So.
And then, as always, stay tuned for merch. We've been coming out with new merch. Also, shout out for the Jam Girls. They got merch up on the website. Take a look at that.
And I believe they're doing their podcast on Sunday. It should be up roughly by Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know probably this week they're not gonna have one, but next week it should be up on Tuesday. So.
Yeah, and I mean, we're sitting right here. I mean, we really appreciate your support and advice and comments. And I'm sitting here right here, literally as we speak right now. We're getting comments like crazy on one of our videos, just with suggestions and such. And it just, to us, it really means a lot. And if you want to trash our bowling. Tell us what we need to do to fix it. We're always okay with it. So I mean, thank you for watching our first podcast. I feel like we can end on that note.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate your support. Appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far in the podcast, thank you.
Thank you, yes, for sure.
If you didn't make it this far, hope you make it, eventually.
Like we said, we're just three guys who we don't know what we're doing.
And you know what? If everybody watches this, we're glad you enjoyed it. If nobody watches this, then we're doing it for
We
us.
hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We hope you didn't click off like the first second.
Yeah, if not, then you can tell us what you hated, what you disliked.
For sure.
Yep. Other than that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And jam on it.
We'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Yep. Jam
Peace.
on it. Jam on it.